Hello, welcome to my little channel, y'all. My name is Adina, as you know, and this is going to be my part 2 to my Jaleayah Davis reading that I did a couple of days ago. I ended the reading because I started getting a little bit confused and overwhelmed because it was just so many people, so many different energies involved that I couldn't keep up with everything and everybody that I was seeing and hearing. Hold on, guys. Okay. I had to go and get my bell. So yeah, this is going to be quick because I already did a really long reading the other day, and I couldn't reach a conclusion because, like I said, I just kept it like at towards the end. So many people were popping up that I couldn't keep up. So, anyways, after I ended that video, I went to the Justice for Jaleayah Facebook page that I believe is ran by Jaleayah Davis's mother, and I ended up on that page just reading all kind of stuff because God bless Jaleayah Davis's mother. She has so much information regarding the case of Jaleayah Davis on that page. So if you ever want to like keep up with the facts of this case, the documented facts from the actual mother of Jaleayah Davis, then go to the Justice for Jaleayah Facebook page because she really puts like all the transcripts from some of the people who were interviewed with her that day. So I was reading all of those, and then I started to understand why I started getting so overwhelmed, because it was so many people involved, but it did shed some insight on what I was seeing in my reading. So I'm just going to do a quick continuation. This is going to be like a summary and a wrap up of the reading I did the other day on Jaleayah Davis. So let me ring my bell. Jaleayah Davis. Jaleayah Davis. Okay. Jaleayah is she's really another feisty one. I always get the feisty ones. She shows up quick and she shows up strong, for sure. I could hear, I'm here. I didn't have to ring her too long. I'm here. So yeah, she's ready for this, and so am I. So Jaleayah Davis, what happened to you? Let me see where I want to start. What happened to you after you guys left the bar? What happened to you after you left the bar, Jaleayah Davis? What happened to you after you left the bar? We were all drunk. It wasn't just me. We were all drunk. And I didn't leave by myself, and I didn't leave like on good terms with the people that I was with. Okay, there's a message from me on the bottom, and it's telling me to trust myself. Trust myself. Okay. She wanted to go home. So there had been some kind of negative interaction between her and one of her friends at the bar regarding a boy that they were with, because I believe they were with 2 boys and then it was 3 girls or something like that. So there was an altercation with her about a boy that they were with that night and one of her friends. And I'm not going to say her name. And I'm also going to say before I go any further that this reading is for one, based on information that I got off of the Justice for Jaleayah Facebook group page, and also my metaphysical opinion. So therefore this video is based on partial fact and partial opinion, meaning I would say that this video is for entertainment purposes only and should not be taken seriously. It is here for you to enjoy my opinions on the case regarding Jaleayah Davis. Alright, so it's my belief that Jaleayah had some kind of argument or interaction, very negative interaction with one of her friends that she was with regarding a boy that was also there, and she wanted to go home. She wanted to go home, but she didn't leave alone. Okay, I'm going to look into the Six of Wands reverse because it's the first card that I pulled, and also because it is the negative interaction with one of her friends card. The Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups in reverse, and the Hierophant in reverse. One of the boys, the boy that the argument was about, he was like, I'll take you home. I will take you home. But he did not take her home. After the argument, he was like, I'll take you home. But he didn't. That was on the bottom of the deck. So okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to re-ring. Leo, what are you trying to say? Freddie, okay. Freddie in the car. Freddie drove. But then she didn't really know where they were going. They got in a car together, but she didn't really know where they were going, and I want to say it's because she was drunk. Moon in reverse. After the argument, because they had something, I don't know if they liked each other or if they just liked each other or if they had something going on. After he may have been talking to the other girl, the friend, like I said in the first reading, and that's what they were arguing about at the bar, her and the friend. And so he offered to take Jaleayah home because, you know, they have a little something going on. So, you know, he's going to take her home. She's drunk anyways. And I also believe she did not have her keys. Because at some point in the other reading I did, Jaleayah was looking for her keys and somebody else had her keys. So I don't believe she had her keys. And I keep hearing Freddie, so I'll say Freddie allegedly. Allegedly. This is just my opinion on the case. Allegedly offered to drive Jaleayah home, but then they didn't go there. She didn't really know where they were going, either home or to his place, someplace. But I'll get there eventually. He was sober, and he didn't want her to, no, that's not it. That's not it. I want to say the friend, because I keep seeing the Queen of Swords. So I want to say maybe the girl is a air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but she saw them flirting at the bar and she got upset because she felt like he was playing the both of them, or something like that, or just in the car. Okay. I don't know what happened with Freddie and Jaleayah in that car, but I feel like he was mad about the whole situation, which is why he offered to take her home. It seemed as if like he played like he was cool about it, but deep down inside he was really mad. I feel like he was mad about Jaleayah blowing up his spot, but at the same time he had been flirting with her. It wasn't really Jaleayah's fault because the other girls saw it. But during their argument, with some stuff Jaleayah was saying, he felt like made the situation worse for him and the other girl. So even though he played it off cool, he was really mad at Jaleayah for going in the way she went in and throwing him under the bus a little bit with him and the other girl who he kind of liked a little more than Jaleayah. But he was just playing the both of them, to be honest. Like, I want to say trying to make the other girl jealous with Jaleayah. But some of the stuff, he was just like, he wasn't Jaleayah didn't know that he was really just using her. So Jaleayah was just like saying like, yeah, we did this, da, 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 da. And the other girl is just like, really? Because I think him and the other girl really had something serious at that point, but I feel like they either on and off breakup or something like that. And then he started talking to Jaleayah and was doing stuff with Jaleayah that he probably shouldn't have been doing if he was only temporarily broke up with his main boo. And Jaleayah in her drunk state arguing with the girl who just so happened to be her friend, said some stuff, and the dude was just like, damn, Jaleayah, like you really You really just throwing me under the bus now. You messing things up with me and the other girl. I hear her name, but I don't want to say it. And so he was just like, I'll take Jaleayah home. But he was really mad about the situation. And I feel like something happened in the car, inside of the car. This is before she was hit, inside of the car. I don't know if this is money or So I want to confirm that he didn't really care about Jaleayah. He didn't really care about her. He was just like messing around with her, even though he had a serious relationship. Yep. But Jaleayah, based on what he was doing with Jaleayah, it's like she was catching feelings. You know, she thought they were about to do something. She never thought that it wasn't, that he was just playing the both of them. And I say that because I see the catching feelings, and I didn't believe that he was just playing the both of us. Alright, so I'm going to mix this up because I want to start, getting to the nitty gritty so we can wrap this up quickly. Alright, so Jaleayah, starting from what happened inside of the car. What happened to you inside of the car, and then what happened to you when they hit you with your car? Someone hit you with your car, because I do believe that that's what happened. I believe that based on my metaphysical opinion, and also based on what I saw on the Justice for Jaleayah page, based on the transcripts from interrogations from some of the people involved. And I also want to take something back that I said about the truck driver, because I actually did see some of his statements when he got interrogated, and he did actually hit her, but that was after she had already been hit by her car. He didn't mean to, so he did run over her, a little bit, and he did state that. Alright, so what happened to you inside of the car, and then leading outwards from, you getting hit with your car? What happened? Alright, star, 9 of swords in reverse, and Ace of Swords. So I want to say Jaleayah started to get a little sober. She started to get sober. Yes, Jaleayah started to get sober inside of the car. Okay. I want to say that he was supposed to take her to get something to eat. Either he was supposed to because he said he was, or because she asked to go and get something to eat. And she thought that they were going to go to his place and, maybe boo up after the little argument. Because like I said, the argument between her and her friend was about him, and he was the one who said, Jaleayah, I'm going to take you home, or to my place. We're going to go to my place. And she left with him in the mind frame of like, to her friend, like, and you see he's leaving with me. So she thought they were gonna, you know, go and get something to eat and then go back to his place. Because and at this point she had begun to get sober. Okay, but he lied, and she ended up dying because I have the line, the death card, and the strength card. So I'm about to see about the lie that he told. I'm going to put the rest of the cards back. I'm just going to work with these 3 right now. I'm going to clarify the 7 of Swords. What was the lie about? He lied. Before I go to the death card. Look to the death card first. Okay. The death card. She wants to tell me about her death. Death card in the car. Okay, not in the car, outside of the car. 7 of Pentacles. Ooh. So he hit her and then waited on the rest of them to get there. Because look, this is him, but he's like standing on a bench above everybody else. They came to his assistance. They came to help him. He waited. He hit her and then waited for his friends, for the rest of the group. That's how she died. He hit her. Somehow she got out of the car. Maybe she'll tell me at some point. Okay. All right. Shh. Okay, Jaleayah. All right. So they were supposed to be going to get something to eat, but instead somebody else was in the car. Okay. Alright. So it wasn't just Jaleayah and allegedly Freddie alone. It was somebody else in the car as well. They were supposed to go get something to eat and go back to his place. They started arguing and fighting in the car about the argument and the fight that happened at the bar. Jaleayah wanted to get out. She got out, and I see the person driving mashing the gas. I see the headlights. I see Jaleayah with her back turned. I see her actually on the phone. So I don't know if she was talking to somebody or she was trying to call somebody at the moment that she died, but I see her with the phone to her head, turning around, and then boom, 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 boom. Hit her, she flies up, hits the back of the car, slides down. Okay. She was standing by the guardrail, walking. Her back is turned. Because actually when she got out of the car, I feel like because she was on the phone, that is why he hit her. Because something that happened in the car, and he thought she was calling the police to tell on him that he had beat her up in the car. He thought she was on the phone with the police, and he waited in the car for a minute because he was trying to figure out whether he was going to do it or not. And then after she got a little ways, I see him deciding to mash the gas, and then she was already by the guardrail, and then I see her turning around in the headlights, and then him, I want to say, side swiping her with the right side, the passenger side of the car, like pinning her towards the guardrail. And sort of pinning. okay, hitting her, and it's just like as he hit her with the right passenger side of the car, of the, the front end of the car, he hit her and mashed her against the guardrail. But then once he got towards the trunk, that's when her body fell back and hit the car and then started to slide off. And then he swerved off into oncoming traffic, and I see a truck coming as well, swerving, and then running over Jaleayah with the front left wheel of his truck, and then swerving off of her so that he doesn't continue to hit her. He tried to miss her, but he did hit her a little bit with his truck and drug her a little bit, and he came to a stop, but not on top of her. I hope you guys can hear me. That is how I see her dying. And the friends came and got him. They came back and got him after he had did what he had done. The friends came back and got him. He said, actually, he told them to come back and get him after he had done what he had done. So I feel like he had drove away from the scene, but waited a little ways away for the rest of the friends to get there. Waited, told them what he had done. So he told his friends what he had done, and he waited for them to come and get him. So I want to say that somebody, everyone that was in Jaleayah's car got out and hopped in the friend's car, and then they all left. And then they dropped one of the guys off with one of the girls at the guy's house, and then the girl, and I want to say allegedly Freddie, and someone else maybe went back to his place, or someone else went home, and then the girl and Freddie went back to his place together. And Freddie called his father or grandfather, and the girl called her father, and her father called the lawyer, and she might have called her mother too. And then the mother and the father and the lawyer of the girl that was arguing with Jaleayah at the bar started working together to try to get everybody on the same page. And I want to say the lawyer told them to get everybody on the same page. The Queen of Wands in reverse, Queen of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. So I want to say Freddie is guilty, but the girl that Jaleayah was arguing with at the bar is just as guilty. And her mother, I feel like, did everything she could to protect her daughter. Because I want to say the Queen of Cups is the girl's mother, because I kept seeing her in the other reading as well. And here's the Four of Pentacles. She did what she had to do to protect her daughter, because her daughter, for some reason, was also just as guilty. For some reason. Okay, because of her relationship with the boy. She felt like the mother felt like if the truth came out, then not only would the boy be charged, but so would the girl, because of her relationship with him. They had a relationship. And they left and went back to his place and then started trying to figure out what to do to get themselves out of this situation. I see, like, somebody's family has money, and maybe a few of their families has money, but I want to say the boy's family has money. I want to say the boy's family has money. I'm gonna drink some wine. That's my wine shine. That's what I call it, because it's wine with a splash of moonshine. All right, Jaleayah. So is there anything else that you would like to say? Page of Cups in reverse. The Hermit. The Page of Swords. The Ace of Cups. I feel like she is telling me that she has been looking for someone to be able to tell her truth. And before I show you guys why I say that, I'm going to look at one card, the Page of Cups in reverse. Because she truly believed that her and this boy were, you know, headed towards some kind of relationship. And I feel like they've been slandering her. And she's been looking for someone to tell her truth. And that is that she's not a whore. She's not a drunk. She truly believed, based on the interaction she had with this boy, that they were headed towards a relationship, and he was really feeling her, and that him and the other girl had broken things off for good, and he was choosing her. And I feel like amongst their friend group, amongst their peers, there's this thing where, like, she's a whore. Jaleayah was a whore. She was a home wrecker. She was a drunk, all this other stuff. But that is not the case. And all she wanted was for someone to be able to truly tell her truth about what happened to her that night. I heard, okay, allegedly, I have to say her name because she wants me to say her name because I keep hearing it. Kristen allegedly came to me and started fighting with me about Freddie. Allegedly, based on my metaphysical opinion of this case. Kristen came to me because me and Freddie were at the bar talking and dancing. And I was drunk. It wasn't even really that serious though at that moment. But she truly believed that they were done based on the interaction she was having allegedly with Freddie, allegedly. And Kristen came to her like, you know, bitch, allegedly, like, whore, you know, calling her all these names because they're supposed to be friends. But Jaleayah's like, I thought, you know, and also Kristen, maybe she had been talking to somebody else too, but her and Jaleayah are friends. So based on Jaleayah's thought, she's just like, I thought, you know, y'all were done. And you didn't even care what he was doing. And Jaleayah doesn't feel wrong in what she did. She doesn't feel like she broke any girl code. She doesn't feel wrong. She feels completely justified. Based on the interactions she had with her friends Kristen, allegedly, and based on the interactions that she had with Freddie, allegedly. But apparently they still had some messy stuff going on. And Freddie didn't like Jaleayah going in the way she did on Kristen and blowing up his spot. And at the end of the day, this is a Bonnie and Clyde situation between Kristen and Freddie, allegedly. Is there anything else, Jaleayah, before I close this, that you would like to say? Thank you. You're welcome. You're most welcome. Queen of Cups. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like she is talking to me now and giving me a message. After I heard thank you, it was for not doubting your gift and just telling the story as you saw it and not second guessing yourself, because actually I had an interaction today with somebody who was personally involved with another reading that I did, and they kind of confirmed some things in my reading, or everything in my reading, but in that reading I did second guess myself. And you know, because they approached me today out of the blue, and basically was like, you were spot on, and then gave me backstory and then further information, I was able to actually go, and this happened today, maybe an hour and a half ago while I was on my way home. So I entered into this reading today with a different kind of confidence in my vision. And so Jaleayah is saying thank you for not second guessing yourself and just going forward with your vision and telling my story. And you know, because whatever I just said happened, and I stand on it, and this is all based on my metaphysical opinion. It is only partially based on the facts of the case that I saw on the Justice for Jaleayah page. That's where I got the names of the people involved, and some of the details about what happened, but everything else was based on my metaphysical opinion, and I have to stand on that. But that part is not fact, so please do not take it seriously and be entertained with everything that I just said. But I stand on that shit. Anyways, I'm gonna have a cheers with you guys. Cheers. Cheers to Jaleayah. Justice for Jaleayah, because she did not get justice. Everybody got away with this because of status, because of money being exchanged and favors being called in. I did feel like when I did the other reading that there was somebody, one of the people that was there that was involved, that really feels bad about this and wishes they could talk, but because of whatever agreements were made amongst everybody, they feel like they can't, because if they did, everybody would go down, and they just can't be the one to do that. And before I go, I just want to ask, is that true? Is there anybody that was involved in that case, Jaleayah, that wishes that they could tell the truth, but for some reason feels like they cannot? Jaleayah, is there anybody that was involved that night that wishes that they could come forward because of guilt, but feels like they just can't, especially at this point, this late in the game? But is there anyone that was involved that feels guilty or remorseful and wishes that they could come forward and speak up on your behalf? Or has everybody kind of just felt glad that they got off and got away with the things that they got away with, allegedly? Is there anyone that was involved that is remorseful today? This is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. They're not even together anymore. I want to say that somebody at this point still looks over their shoulder and wonders if anything will ever come out to where they'll be caught. But I honestly don't see any remorse on anybody's part. I see that everybody has kind of accepted the circumstances this late in the game. They've dealt with whatever guilt they may have had. However, there is some anxiety or worry about whether they'll be caught, and it's somebody, either allegedly either Freddie or Kristen, because neither one of them are together anymore. So I feel like Jaleayah is saying like it wasn't even worth it for you guys to be this Bonnie and Clyde for each other, because today you're not even together. Fool, the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Wands. Yeah. The girl, and I feel like Jaleayah feels like I will never allow her to forget. I feel like she's more upset with the girl for some reason, because she let this relationship with this boy cause her to do this. They were friends. And I feel like maybe even she told Jaleayah, like, I don't care if you talk to him. But she really did care. And then she approached her that night with that BS, and Jaleayah was really taken aback by it, because she's just like, you bitch, you didn't, you said you didn't even care if I talked to him. But Kristen allegedly and Freddie still were in this messy situation with each other. So she's more upset with the girl. And she feels like if she has anything to do with it, she, either Kristen allegedly or them, she will never let them forget. She will never let them forget. Whether they feel bad about it or not, they will always be looking over their shoulder about it, paranoid about whether they'll get caught because of what they did to her. She'll never let them forget. This is my message from Jaleayah to the people that were involved allegedly. She wants you to know that she will never forgive you, and she will never let you forget. And that's on point blank, period. And with that being said, thank you, Jaleayah. I dismiss you, and I hope that you can go on and have peace now that your message and your truth is spoken. Tell my family I love them. Tell my mother I love them, and tell my sister and her children they are beautiful, and I love her, and I love them, and I am with her, and I am with them. I am in her children, and I have never left your side. I love you. Toby, I love you. I love you, Toby, and hug your children, because I am in your children. You have a daughter, Toby, and she looked just like Jaleayah. I hope that you find peace, all of Jaleayah's family, because Jaleayah, I feel like right now is at peace, which is why it's raining, because she can have peace now and she can heal because her truth has now been spoken in its entirety, and she can feel free now, but she'll never let those mothers forget what they did to her. If she has anything to do with it, they'll never forget. Alright, thank you.